I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. There are answers now to the question of what happened inside this home at 34 St. John Street in Monticello. Firefighters were called to the residence Monday morning for a fire inside the three-story apartment house. The subsequent investigation determined the former owner, 53-year-old Celestino Valverde, set the fire, then shot himself to death. Monticello Police Chief Robert Meir says Valverde had been despondent after losing his home in the recent county tax auction.
The victim had apparently planned this for some time, and he barricaded the house so that police officers and firefighters could not get in. Also, he had taken live rounds of shotgun rounds and rifle rounds and placed them around the area that he was. We believe he hoped that those shells would start going off and keep firefighters away from putting out the blaze. He had nowhere to go. The other tenants said that he had been very depressed lately. Some friends we interviewed said he was depressed. Apparently, from what they're telling us, he lost as many as 3 houses at the auction. So he was pretty overwhelmed. I'm going to say he set his dog free earlier that morning, so the dog was running around the neighborhood. So we knew that was unusual because normally he never let his dog run at large.
No one else was in the house at the time of the incident. Tenants who lived there were in the process of moving out. Only some of their personal belongings remained in the fire-damaged building. An historic triumph. That's how Hudson Valley Congressman Sean Patrick Maloney described today's Supreme Court rulings that represent solid gains for gays and lesbians in their fight against laws limiting same-sex marriages. Maloney, the first openly gay member of Congress to represent New York, says today's rulings, including the court decision overturning the Defense of Marriage Act, benefit millions of Americans who still must fight discrimination simply for who they love.
A short while ago, I called my partner, Randy, of 21 years, and to tell him about the decision and to congratulate him. And I really couldn't get the words out. And I realized in that moment that it was the first time in 21 years, 20 of those years spent raising our 3 amazing children, that I wasn't talking to him as someone who was seen as less than in the eyes of my own country's laws.
The court rulings mean that same-sex couples who marry in states where it's legal will be treated the same as heterosexual married couples by the federal government. Look for more reaction to the Supreme Court rulings here at Record Online and in tomorrow's Times-Herald Record. The former treasurer of the Orange County Youth Football League has been arrested for allegedly stealing more than $60,000 from the league. State police investigators say 62-year-old Charles Dunlap, who lives in Bloomingburg and St. Petersburg, Florida, stole money that was collected from the league to pay insurance fees. The league's insurance payments are based on the number of kids participating. Police say Dunlap would report fewer kids to the insurance company than were actually playing, pay the smaller amount, and pocket the rest. He served as league treasurer from 2008 to 2012. Dunlap faces 17 counts of grand larceny. The second driver involved in the crash Monday of a tractor-trailer rig and a garbage truck in Kiamisha Lake has died of his injuries. State police say 48-year-old Brett Labs of Hawley, Pennsylvania, who was driving the waste management garbage truck, succumbed to his injuries last night at Westchester Medical Center. The driver of the tractor-trailer, 57-year-old James Eaton of High Falls, died at the scene. State police say the tractor-trailer rig veered into the oncoming lane of Route 42 and crashed into the garbage truck. A woman from Kingston faces an assortment of charges after police say she was spotted driving the wrong way on the Taconic Parkway. Police say at the time of the Monday afternoon incident, 47-year-old Melissa Riccio was driving drunk and with a suspended license. She's been charged with aggravated DWI, aggravated unlicensed operation of a motor vehicle, and reckless endangerment. Police say her blood alcohol content was more than twice the legal limit. Witnesses call police after spotting a man drag a woman into his car and then speed off along Route 55 near Swan Lake. Officers were able to pull the car over along a road in the town of Liberty. That's where they placed 33-year-old John Irby into custody, charged him with unlawful imprisonment, reckless endangerment, assault, and endangering the welfare of a child. because children were in the vehicle. Irby, who has a residence in Ravenna, New York, was ordered held without bail in Sullivan County Jail. The woman was treated for non-life-threatening injuries at Catskill Regional Medical Center. They say their surveillance cameras caught him in the act. Police in Saugerties have arrested a Stone Ridge man on a criminal mischief charge after the village's camera system spotted him intentionally damaging decorative lighthouses on display along Main Street in Saugerties. 25-year-old Brian Casale will be in village court July 15th to answer the charges. The lighthouses are part of a fundraising effort sponsored by the Saugerties Chamber of Commerce. Also damaged property belonging to a Main Street restaurant. The camera system tracked Casale until officers could catch up to him. And you could file this story under the category of better late than never. The Tuesday evening graduation ceremony at Newburgh Free Academy included an 85-year-old grandfather who missed out on his Newburgh graduation ceremony back in 1945 because duty called. George Whalen earned his diploma that year, but the Newburgh native shipped out to a naval base to begin his World War II military service prior to graduation exercises. So, with his daughter and niece doing the pre-planning, Whalen took part in last evening's NFA graduation ceremony along with his granddaughter, Emily Hovey, and other members of the class of 2013. Whalen calling the experience a thrill. Much of the region will find itself in the path of a thunderstorm or two and periods of heavy shower activity for the rest of the week and into the weekend. Thursday will be hot and humid with late-day thunderstorms likely. The highs will be in the mid-80s. Friday will be cloudy with periods of heavy rain expected. Temperatures will reach 80 degrees. Get the latest weather information along with breaking news right here at Record Online and get a complete look at all that is happening by picking up tomorrow's edition of the Times-Herald Record. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.